Hi.
Hi.
Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I'm thinking that you've nailed your introduction.
Oh, thank you. Coming from you, that's a big thing.
Yeah, because I do this, so I know.
I know, because like a lot of other people come and say it, but like जो काम वो करता हो वो बोले तो
उसको पता होता है.
उसे पता होता है. How's it going?
Everything's fine. Life has changed for the
course.
better. Definitely from the last time when I was on
Obviously.
here at Momina's Mixed Plate.
Yes.
But
उस वक्त तो it was the very like अभी career शुरू हुआ था. Like I just started.
Yeah.
You were like I think 3 years in or 2-3 years in.
Yeah.
At the time, and now like you're married, you have a child, you're like across the globe, like you know, like अब पता चलता है. I mean, like we don't know where we're going to see Zainab, but TV पे पता चल जाता है कि Zainab किधर है दुनिया में.
Exactly. But yeah, I think now it's been 8 years since I've been doing this. But yeah, I mean, life has changed, and obviously, your personal circumstances change as well. But I've sort of kept on doing what I'm doing from the last time that we spoke on Mixed Plate. And if anything, I've sort of evolved and I've got more opportunities to do some wonderful work. I've worked with the best people in the business. And yeah, I've only grown and contributed further in this field of sports. Well, cricket mainly.
Cricket, yeah. But I mean, like, that is, I mean,
The
sports
biggest
in
sport.
Pakistan is cricket.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you think sport in Pakistan, it's cricket. It's not anything else.
Yes.
But tell me a little bit about, like, you know, your postpartum journey. Like, how was postpartum for you? Because it can be very daunting for a lot of women. So, like, what was that experience like? And also, like, how has your life and obviously your career changed since Taimur came in?
Yeah, well, it's he's now 5 months. He's going to turn 6 months next month. I think for me, it was always very clear that I want to continue working, and I want to get back into my work as soon as I deliver the baby. Like I was one of those people who was like कि मैं आज बच्चा पैदा करूँ और कल मैं set पे आ जाऊँ और मैं काम करना शुरू कर दूँ. Obviously, that's not possible, but it was on my priority list. And I think I really took care of myself during my pregnancy. I was working up until my last trimester.
Yeah.
In fact, I did the whole of PSL when it was in my first trimester, and I was still nauseous and I was still not up to the mark. I wasn't fully 100%. मुझे याद है मैं अपना शो करती थी और फिर मैं साइड पे जाके शायद उल्टियाँ कर रही होती थी. मतलब कि
पर अब जो करना है वो करना है.
वो करना है. But like it was tough. But I really wanted to continue doing it because I also felt it was a great distraction for me.
Yeah.
You know, pregnancy in itself has its own challenges. You know, आपके mood swings होते हैं, आपकी तबीयत खराब होती है, you're up and down, one day is good, the other day is not. So it was a great distraction in that sense. And also I feel like I really wanted to set an example for, I'm sure I'm not the first one, but I'm just saying that I thought it will make a difference that you can be on screen and you can do your work regardless of whether the fact that you have a bump or that the fact that you're going through, you know, your own share of challenges. And like any other woman, I had my challenges. You know, it wasn't easy at certain points. So I think I kept myself mentally and physically fit. You know, mental fitness is also very important during your pregnancy.
Very, very important. But it's very important in everyday life.
So I kept myself up and I kept my workouts, I kept my Pilates, my yoga, whatever you want to say. But I kept some form of physical activity, which I feel is very important because पाकिस्तान में आई नो थिंग्स आर चेंजिंग, लेकिन मैं एक ओवरऑल जो हमारी पॉपुलेशन है उसकी बात कर रही हूँ कि वो ये कॉन्सेप्ट है कि जी अगर आप प्रेग्नेंट हो तो आप काम नहीं करोगे
और आप बैठे रहो
और आप ये हमारा जो एक सर्कल है उसमें तो फिटनेस का कॉन्सेप्ट आ गया, बट जो आपकी आम आवाम है अभी तक वो उसमें यही कॉन्सेप्ट है कि प्रेगनेंसी मीन्स यू जस्ट लाई डाउन unless of course you have some complication or whatever. I'm totally sensitive towards that. But I'm just saying कि आप कर सकते हो. You know, if there's a will, there's a way, and if you're mentally there, you can do. So I kept myself fit, and I think that helped in my recovery. What I was getting to was that my recovery was very smooth. And I think for anyone who wants to get back into work soon, recovery is very important. And the only way you can recover better, of course, अगर आपकी कोई खाना खासा complication हो जाती है delivery में, the only way you can recover better is if you keep yourself fit throughout your pregnancy.
Yeah. Oh, that's very good, and I'm glad that, like, you know, like to see you. It was incredible to see you back on your feet and back at it. One thing that I wanted to talk to you about was that, like, I mean, in the last 8 years, what would you describe as like the toughest time for your career, and what kind of kept you going through that? Because ups and downs तो हर किसी के journey में आती हैं.
Yeah, देखो मेरे like anyone's career, I've had my share of criticism.
Yeah.
You know, when you are in this business, so not every person will like you.
Yeah.
Even if 80% people say, "Oh, we love Zainab," there'll be 20% who will be saying, "No, we hate her.
Yeah.
We don't like her work.
Yeah.
We don't like the way she talks. We don't like बहुत ये है वो है." और आपको comments, और पता है social media is brutal. We all know
terrible.
this. मतलब आप Instagram खोलो उसके नीचे करोड़ comments आ जाएंगे from how what you wear to, I'm sure every person who comes on your show talks about that because social media is such an important part of our lives now. But like मेरे लिए obviously एक तो ये था, फिर कभी एक आध दफ़ा you know किसी cricketer ने कोई comment pass कर दिया on a social platform, or some controversy or the other which has been happening. They've all been tough times because you sit and think about it and you kind of reflect कि मैंने कुछ गलत किया या मैंने कुछ should I have done this in a better way. You know, you start questioning. जब इस तरह की कोई चीज़ आती है, you have that attitude कि अच्छा यार, I don't care, I know what I did. But when you're in the public eye, then you're obviously responsible to all the people that are kind of watching you as well. So you have to be mindful of that.
Of course.
So obviously that has been a part of it. But I'll tell you, I think I've developed a thick skin over a period of time. I think शुरू में मुझे ये चीज़ें बहुत bother करती थी. शुरू में there was one journalist who said कि ये मेरा content copy करती है. He was a very well-known journalist. And I was young, I was new to the, and I was like, I don't even know who this person is.
Yeah.
And he went around telling everybody कि ये अब मेरा show देखती है, फिर अगले दिन जाके मेरे show को copy करके ना plagiarize करके content. And I was like, I don't know who you are. मैं उस वक्त नई आई थी. So I was like, so इस तरह की चीज़ें, you know, little things that can get to you. And I think the biggest thing for me, like अभी पहला World Cup हुआ है जो मैंने miss किया है, जिसमें Pakistan did really well because I was in my last trimester, heavily pregnant, and I think that was tough for me, sitting at home watching that everyone's there in Dubai, UAE, you know, involved with the World Cup or doing some shows, and I was completely, so because these things matter to me, obviously, like you know, this is my work, so but I kind of made peace with it, knowing that yeah, this is a temporary phase. And I will grow out of it. So you have to kind of do self-coaching. You have to keep telling yourself that this is a temporary thing.
Okay, well, international cricket coming back to Pakistan. What's the scope looking like here? Like, do you think it's motivating our Jawans to do more?
Absolutely. Like, you know, abhi Australia was over. And Australia came after so many years.
I know, it was
over a decade or something. And I think that was like, I think a huge... I would say it was a landmark sort of a trip for our cricket team, because हमेशा ये कहा जाता था कि जी जिम्बाब्वे आ गया है और you know श्रीलंका आ गया है, लेकिन कोई बड़ी टीम नहीं आई, कोई and I don't know if you know, last year न्यूजीलैंड की टीम ने आना था and वो सारा कंट्रोवर्सी हुई कि वहाँ पे किसी ने उनको कह दिया कि पाकिस्तान इज अनसेफ, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट दे डिडंट टूर, एंड उसकी वजह से इंग्लैंड भी नहीं आया पाकिस्तान टूर करने. सो आई फील लाइक ऑस्ट्रेलिया के वेरी थैंकफुल टू देम, वी लॉस्ट द सीरीज एंड एवरीथिंग, बट वेरी थैंकफुल दैट दे एक्चुअली केम.